There it is. Okay, so I'll just go look at Gen 2 and 5. Okay, so let's see here. So, yeah, this thing is not in the best size at all. There we go. Okay, so if it is the attacking one, Dark's apparently lower on the list. It is unable to affect fighting, dark, and steel. Oh, really? Rock is not resistant to it? Oh, this might have been one of the times that I thought that rock actually resisted more types than I thought it did. But I wanted a good counter against rock types anyway, and plus with the move that I chose, it was actually pretty perfect. So I chose Brick Break as my fighting move. Mind you, if I had a choice now, I'd probably try and find a special version of everything because I did not know that Judgment was actually a special move. I thought that it was one of those moves that, like, it changes depending on Arceus's type as well as what stat is highest between attack and special attack. Obviously, that last part is wrong. Have you heard of this region's legendary Pokemon myths? So, like, with those two knowledge pools sprung into, like, mixed in together, I was like, okay, so now that I have a perfect counter, I was like, okay, Judgment for the dark typing, because it's a very strong dark type move, so it was perfect. I had Brick Break, which was a strong fighting type move that you could teach any Pokemon for the most part. Plus, it can also break, reflect, and light screen, which is perfect as well. And I had Aerial Ace, a move that cannot miss. What a perfect dynamic. That is perfect. That is exactly all the moves that I would need. But now there's a fourth move that is also a part of it. Now I was thinking long and hard, and now I'm like, because this was before I knew that setup moves were really good, like Swords Dance and Calm Mind. I didn't like them back then, but now I do. But back then I was thinking, and I'm like, well, my Arceus doesn't have Recovery in battle, so I'm like, I'm gonna go give it Recover, because that's a really good thing to put on a Pokemon that you want to make it survive the battlefield for as long as possible. So I'm like, okay, I think that this would be a perfect idea to go and throw Recover on. So pretty much I had a level 100 Arceus that had 2 physical moves, 1 special, and 1 ultimate recovery move in terms of health. Has my chances requested from the start. Yep. Our superior strategy will electrify. Sure, why not? And so that is pretty much what my entire team was. Like, that's what one Pokemon was. And again, this was back when I did not know how EV stat boosting, like, vitamins worked. So I put 100 in, I think, everything. But I think special attack, because I thought that Judgment was strong already all by itself. So I didn't think that it would actually need more of the EV boosting. So I think I just left it alone, let it do its own thing with just the 10. And that's it. Now I'd probably try and give it more of a special flying move, because I know that it could I think Arceus can learn Aura Sphere, so I think I would probably have given it that if I got the chance to. But that's how I did that though, and I gotta say that, like, it took a few times for me to actually go through that entire thing. By the way, I tried different Arceus methods. So I tried, like, fire, ice, electric. I tried different combinations. Mind you, electric is probably the best because it only ever has one weakness, and that's ground. But because I can't really give Arceus an item to sort of be able to counter this weakness, so I can't give it like an air balloon to kind of counter this weakness. I have to give it the electric plate in order for it to even be an electric type. It wouldn't work. Unless Game Freak or the Pokemon Company or whoever wants to decide on that kind of rule change, that Arceus can hold 2 items, or have like the plate be more of like how it works in Legends Arceus, where it's a key item instead of it being a held item. It has happened before, so it's not like it's a new concept or anything like that. if you don't remember, the EXP share, even in this game actually is a perfect way to show it too. The EXP share was a held item that they changed into being a key item, to then removing it as a key item in general and just leaving it as a normal gameplay mechanic that you can't turn off. I think it was started in, yeah, because I think for Generation 2 to 5, the XP share was a held item that you could get relatively early on in the games. Then, in Generations 6 and 7, the EXP share became a key item that would apply to all of your Pokemon, rather than just being a key item that you can just, like, tap on a Pokemon and it's like, okay, this Pokemon now has that ability. So that actually helps out a lot now. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna Calm Mind now, because this thing's getting annoying. And then I think since Generation 8, it changed into being now just a gameplay mechanic, and it's stuck since then. Even Legends Arceus couldn't have escaped it. But Legends Arceus does its own EXP share differently, and this part I don't approve of, but I understand why it does this. So for Legends Arceus, here's how its EXP share works. Even if the Pokemon's been out or not, it'll get it normally like every other Pokemon game. However, if the Pokemon is fainted, it won't get the experience at the end of the... because you only get the experience at the end of the battle. So even if it helped during that battle, it won't get the experience at all. And I think in the normal Pokemon games, you still give them the experience, maybe? Or not? I don't remember. I can't remember if they actually did that. I don't think so, but then again, it's like, I don't know how the newer games do it, because I don't pay attention enough. I'm just like, okay, I just want to finish the game now. It's literally my mood whenever I played Sword and Shield. I don't know, Sword and Shield, I had a fun time doing it. I originally had like 2 different challenges. I was like, alright, I'm gonna go try and beat the game with only like Generation 8 Pokemon only. And then by the time I beat the first gym leader, I think with just my starter. Yeah, I think with pretty much just my starter. Hi, you sure look cute, not to mention strong. How about a battle, cute? What? Okay. Like, I pretty much was beating the entire game with just Rillaboom, because I started with Grookey, so I'm just like, you know what? I don't really think I need to use any other Pokemon other than my starter. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to try and beat all the starter. And of course, I'm going to beat the entire game with my starter only. And of course, because I started off with Sword, I had such an easy, clean sweep throughout the entire thing. Of course, the one gym that I needed to use double battles with, which is the 8th one, is the only gym that I had to throw in other Pokemon. I got so angry at that. I'm like, really? The one gym that I actually have to do it, and it's the last one. And I was like, alright, you couldn't have let me do this earlier? I was like, okay, fine. It's fine, I can do it. Final Gambit, what? Okay. It took itself out. I'm switching. Oh, I wonder if it's trying to... Final Gambit's the one that uses its HP as damage. That could have been potentially dangerous. Because mine is, I think, higher level, and it does more... And it has, like, over almost 250... It has almost 250 HP. I'm going to take it out with Ice Beam. But yeah, but I have tested between both different games when I was trying to see like which starter was better equipped I gotta say though, using Shield as a Pokemon game, as a test for what's it called? For the other starters, was not a good idea. What do you have to beat me? I don't know. Because I tricked out my Pokemon with TMs and competitive movesets. You'll never win. So have I. They'll have kooky strategies. Oh, it's a Xilestar. Xilestar? Poison Heal Xilestar, maybe? I'm searching up. But, yeah, like, I kind of felt bad that I didn't give the Cinderace a better move pool to dealing with the 4th gym. So I found a method to actually being able to... That just does 62 damage. I forgot I was supposed to use Ice Beam! Oh man, I'm such a fool. That is my bad. I will own up to this. It's not a special... This isn't an important battle, so I'm not breaking the rules, so it's all good. But let's see here. What was I just talking about? Uh-oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Cinderace. So my Cinderace had Pyro Ball. Pyro Ball. It had like another fire move. It had a Flame Charge, I think. It had a Flame Charge that would boost its speed, so that would, like, just in case something bad happens, I can actually do something. And it had, I think it had Double Kick? Or as I like to make a joke, Double Hop, because literally it just makes the Pokemon hop, and I just like making that joke. And it had Quick Attack. Now, obviously, the 4th gym is a Ghost Gym. And oh yeah, I now know what I was talking about before. So I found a way to level it up pretty quickly to get those Pokemon to level 100. I found that there is a den that has not a guarantee, but has a chance of getting a 5-star Blissey Raid. A 5-star Blissey Raid gives you a chance of getting 5 of every XP candy. It has a 5% chance of giving you a lucky egg, and it has a 70% chance of giving you 3 rare candies. And it also gives you 5 Dynamax candy, but that's not really as important. In my opinion, that's not really important because everything gives you Dynamax candy, so it's not really that important. But, like, I was easily able to get all these starters to level 100, fully evolved, and I'm like, okay, I want to see how far the starter can go with just by itself. The Cinderace got stuck at the 4th gym. Because it didn't have its... Because, first of all, this was without the hidden abilities, which meant that it didn't have Libero. So it had Blaze as its ability. That was not worth the battle. So it didn't have Libero or anything like that. It just had its normal ability. Oops. That's not revive. There we go. I might have to return. Okay, that should be fine. Went to battle, I suppose. Okay. So, like, it got very stuck at, like... what was his name? Alistair's final Pokemon. It got stuck on Chandelure. Now, Chandelure wasn't really too much of a threat. I mean, like, it wasn't really. But, like, it was a threat because of one ability and its typing. Chandelure is a ghost fire type. So automatically with the ghost typing, I knew that for a fact that my fighting a normal move wouldn't work. So I'm like, okay, so that's a problem. This entire gym, I've been having an easy time because I was able to use Pyro Ball or Flame Charge in order to take care of the opponent. But I knew for a fact that Chandelure has a chance of having the Flash Fire ability, which means that it is immune to fire attacks. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go and attempt to see if this thing is just as fat, or it has this ability. I use Flame Charge. It has the ability. And before anybody says, like, oh, you didn't give Cinderace the, like that much of a thing, you're supposed to give it moves. This was before I even did it with the hidden ability, using TRs to actually help it out. This was just me seeing, like, what it can learn during the level up, and actually, like, evolving it when I was done the battles. Like, I was evolving it when I should have. So, like, if it was high, so if it was, like, level, I think it's, like, 16, 17, I think, or something like that for, like, Sword and Shield kind of ones, that's when it evolves. That's when it evolved. Same idea with the final one. When it was, like, level 36 or whatever, that's when I evolved it. So I was automatically, like, I was guessing that it would actually learn some, some moves that are off of its move pool. It didn't really learn anything. So I wanted to give Cinderace a priority move, which is why I ended up giving it letting it have quick attack, because priority is really good. Plus, just in case that opponent, survives with 1